Hello and happy holidays.
Yes.
And welcome to The Truth Behind
the Truth.
Christmas holiday celebration.
Yeah.
Hanukkah and everything else involved.
Kwanzaa
And everybody. Celebrating the goodwill and the joy of this particular season. So we are really, really excited. Definitely happy to have our brother that's always at the table with us, Brother Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
Here tonight, sir.
Very happy to be here.
Yes, I say Dr. Sandy Hackett. Okay, we can call you Dr. Sandy Hackett.
You can call me whatever you want.
Just don't call you late for dinner.
I know, exactly. So I want to welcome you all. Just thank you for taking the time out to be with us tonight. Want to remind you definitely about our upcoming show on the 31st? Yes, 31st. Our New Year's Eve party show. Gonna be awesome. We're gonna be partying in 4 different locations. So that's gonna be really, really our live version of Dick Clark without him.
Oh, no, we miss him though.
We miss him. You know,
good old goodness. That's when the holidays were the holidays.
True.
Oh my goodness.
I won't get y'all know how I feel about Ryan Seacrest, but I won't get into that right now.
That's not good. God,
this is a laughter and fun night, guys. You know, it definitely is a laughter and fun night. You know, reflection and all the great stuff. After we check in with everybody, we do have a little somber note to start out with because I think it's very apropos, and then we're gonna make it light of the rest of the evening. All right, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But again, I want to welcome you tonight to our Christmas party show. Yes, indeed. Parnell, how are you doing? Love the hat, man.
Thank you. Oh, this whole thing.
Love the fur. You got the coat to go with the fur?
No.
Oh.
Well, we'll see how long this lasts on my head because it's hot.
Yeah. You look good though, definitely.
Thank you. You as well.
And Harold, oh my God, look at that! Harold got a tree on his head. Like it. Nice and fashionable. That's what we doing. So we doing a little something here. I don't know what we doing. What we doing? Where my ball at?
Yeah.
Where my ball at? There, where's it? Yes, indeed. And my brother Sandy, love the representation of your hat, sir.
Yeah.
Your thing is
it's a menorah hat.
A menorah hat. Okay.
Oh.
You gotta lean in towards your camera a little bit more because when you lean back, it disappears.
There
you go. Okay, there you go.
I can see all the candles, but Hanukkah hasn't started yet, so that's kind of apropos.
Right, exactly. When Hanukkah starts, what, sundown tomorrow or tonight?
Some Jew I am. I don't know.
I can't.
Oh, Sandy, you just got 15 demerits.
Right. I know, right?
I love probation. Well, at least you started the reputation with the menorah hat. So that's beautiful. Yeah, we definitely love that. Thank you again for being here tonight. So let's go ahead and dig in. I know I don't want to really bring it onto a somber note, but what we do really have to acknowledge to this particular point, and this will be the only point, because it is part of the industry, and for someone that was so well loved, you know. But it's kind of apropos to kind of talk about it because of the season, and so many people go into a very depressing period, you know, this time of year. So tonight we would definitely want to encourage you to whatever that, you know, place that you're in your life and that you feel like it's no hope. There is hope. Okay. But we're going to talk about Twitch for a minute. I mean, you know, I felt like I knew this brother, you know, personally, because, you know, I was so excited when he was made it through, you know, So You Think You Can Dance, you know, and I was really excited at his wins, and that there was such a greatness that he spoke to when he was on the stage. I mean, from a hip hop dancer to become a lyricist, you know, to a jazz and all of the wonderful things that he was able to take on and really bring such a light, you know, during the time of So You Think You Can Dance. I became a big fan because my little adopted little sister, she texted me last night and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Because I knew how you always spoke about Twitch when he was on So You Think You Can Dance," and really was excited about it. So I was really taken back, you know. I mean, I got to be honest, I really was. But it reminded me, you know, more so, even a little deeper part is about our grandson, you know, what we had to go through and experience in somebody that tried to, you know, take their life, you know, and it is not a pleasant thing to know or not know when somebody's in that position in their headspace, you know. So the number one thing is that you got to love on everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know where they are. in terms of their walk and in terms of their life. But real quick about my grandson. So, we were able to pull him from that situation and rehabilitate, him over that year that he was with us back in Atlanta. But I have to be concerned because he's not been in the best choice of a lot of reasons. I'm not talking about that on the show tonight, but just a concern that where he is right now in his life. I just hope that because of what led him there the very first time, that it doesn't resurface, and that he finds a really, a very solid place for his life. And then, if that thought comes up or knows how to manage it right now. So when unfortunately Twitch allegedly, took his life, all I could see was that, happening again, and how remarkable Twitch was, to this industry, and how many people that this man touched in the time frame that he was around. He touched a lot of people, in a short period of time that he was quote unquote famous. He never considered himself famous. I think that's one of the things that he always said, especially when he was Ellen's sidekick for almost 10 years, and every time she would talk about it, he said he never considered himself famous, So, and even that when you don't pursue fame finds you, at the end of the day. But, so I send peace to his children, especially right now at this particular point in time, because they're going to have a lot to get around. They're going to have a lot to absorb, especially losing their father at this celebratory year. Every year, it's going to remind you, remind them of this experience. So I just send peace to them. I send peace to his wife, and then those, I hope they come across, maybe our path, partner or something that at least we can one day embrace her, give her a hug and say, we understand, at the end of that. But right now, I just send a peace and, and hopefully that for her to be able to find some joy, as to what's going on right now in her life. And I don't know, Harold, this is a touching time for you because I think didn't your mom transition around this time too, as well, or very close to it?
Yeah, both my mom and grandmother passed.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the first year I put up a Christmas tree.
Okay.
My son was in middle school.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and grief is so you never know what's going to trigger grief, and you never know how long it's going to last.
Right.
There are no words people can say that can ease any kind of grief or pain. It ends when it ends, you move on when you move on. And so, right. So this is like the first year that I'm feeling kind of joyful.
Good. Well, and then of course, if you roll into that of being thankful, of course, and all the things that has transpired and the wonderful things that you've experienced as your new home and all that type of stuff. So kind of reframes it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then knowing.
Not really.
Really? Okay.
No, I mean, because you look at people who deal with depression, they look like they have it all together.
Right. Well, that's true.
And that doesn't, I don't find that really eases grief or pain or suffering.
Can you elaborate maybe just a little bit? I mean, just kind of from your perspective, or even better still, just saying how over the years, what have you had to do to not allow that to grab you and keep you locked? I know you said it's been some time frame because before you really decorated and things, but what made you do that shift? Or to say, what, I'm gonna make this change.
It wasn't a conscious decision. It just I just started feeling better, and I started just realizing that my mom and grandma would not want me sad and and all that other stuff. And so I just started feeling differently. And I can't even, point to anything specific that shifted things for me. It just feels different this time. And I was thinking, one of the things I remembered, my grandmother, every year she would put on her Nat King Cole
Oh,
Christmas.
Wow.
That was her thing.
Wow.
So
yeah.
that's what we'll be playing around the house, this Christmas.
Yes.
Remembrance of her.
That's beautiful. That's good. Parnell, what do you?
I mean, this year I think like everybody was shocked, with the news with Twitch. I'd only met he and Allison once at a party for Danielle Jones. It was her birthday party, and I was invited. And they showed. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Twitch and Allison too!" This like all my favorites. So you think you can dance? Dancers are coming around here, and it is like Harold was saying. You never know when somebody's really going through something.
Right?
They may smile and be all happy, even in person, but when they're by themselves, those demons or those issues or whatever, there's no distraction from it. And as joyful as this holiday season can be for most of us, for a lot of people, it is, a hard time of year to get through, especially if loved ones are not here or any whatever difficulties are going on in their life, it's hard for them to find the joy of the Spirit. But to lift us back up, we're going to
go ahead and let Sandy share. Go ahead, Sandy. What's your thoughts on that as well towards Twitch, sir?
You want me to do what?
No, I was just gonna say. If you were familiar with Twitch or whatever the case may be, just in how people process this type of year, maybe we can encourage them, or you have some encouragement, or even laughter, to help them out.
Look, let's talk about the truth for a second. Unfortunately, as joyous a time of year as this is supposed to be, and family and stuff like that, it's also the worst time of year for suicides because of the pressure it puts on families. And as Parnell was saying, people that are without, don't have loved ones, are alone, things aren't worked out, had a bad year. And this is the time of year. So it's Christmas to most of us, but to a lot of people, it's suicide season. And that's unfortunate because a lot of people get to the end of the year and go, I just can't deal with it anymore. And, we don't know, nothing has come out to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but nothing has come out as to why Twitch did what he did. He looked like he was very happy. We supposed that everything was good in his life, but obviously there was something that wasn't. Now, was it a mental thing? Was it a physical thing? I mean, look, Robin Williams took his life when he discovered that he wasn't going to be able to perform the way he could and was having that Lewy body dementia and could no longer be who he was and said, I don't want to be remembered like that. Was Twitch all of a sudden, we don't know. I'm making an absolute supposition here. But when someone appears to be that happy, what's pointing us in the direction that took him where it took him was something terrible going on that we don't know about, and we may never know about it. But obviously something internal for him that said, no, I got to take this because wife, kids, and it's tragic. Look, I could do jokes here, not about Twitch, but I had an asshole business partner and he died in July, but I thought it was Christmas. And I go, oh, Christmas came early. But and honestly, if we lose our sense of humor about things, even something as tragic as suicide, it's when we cease to live because that's just the way life is. Life is for the living, and things happen. And the only way to survive sometime is with the dark humor of something of like what I just said. And you go, wow, how are we going to deal with this? And, so, and I think when I was young, we said, oh, there's a funeral. And now nobody does that anymore. No, the funeral is always it's always called the celebration of life now. Right. It should be. You have a celebration of life. Let's remember the good stuff about them. Let's applaud what they were, and whatever demons they had that drove them to this decision is unfortunate, but let's
celebrate their life.
Can I cut in for a minute? I want to say this.
Go to a break, y'all.
Oh, we got a break. Oh my goodness!
I didn't see the note. The lights are hitting me today. All right, we will
have my 2 cents.
Yeah, when we come back after the break, and then we'll keep moving with the laughter, keep everybody going. But it is, I think, a crucial point. But anyway, we'll be right back after this quick break.
Hi, everybody out there in the Truth Behind the Truth podcast. I was on back in January. I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a Happy Holiday, no matter what you celebrate.
Hey, Truth Behind the Truth family, it's Samson McCormick. I could not miss this opportunity to first say thank you for the amazing platform that you provide to the community to spend time in conversation and invite so many wonderful people on to share their experiences. Also, it's like 4 fine-ass dudes who run the thing. What the hell? We rub our nipples every time we see y'all. What the hell? But seriously, just had to take a moment to say happy holidays and wish you an incredible new year and say thank you. Keep up the amazing work.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, comedian actress Coco Brown, and I want to wish you, as well as my crew over at The Truth Behind the Truth, a very happy, blessed, prosperous, and safe holiday. All right? Don't let Santa catch you being naughty.
Hey, y'all, hey. I'm Grandmaster Deirdre Cole from Marietta, Georgia, and I am a former guest of the Truth Behind the Truth show. I'd like to wish each and every listener, every viewer, every audience member, and the cast and the crew a wonderful, wonderful holiday season ahead and a great 2023. May God bless you and keep you and your families safe and in His care. Peace.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth. I don't know, maybe we got an early break in there somewhere. I don't know what happened, but anyway, we got a technician for. Hey, technician. Want to send a greeting. Thank everyone for sending their greetings in just far to as we do to the show. Very lovely, and we appreciate the love definitely coming from you guys. So thank you once again for that. But anyway, go right back into your point.
I just want to say, when I saw the news, when you told me what had happened that morning, it kind of threw me into a loop about his passing and his, and I thought about it, even, we talk about this all the time, people who are going through some form of mental illness. I noticed that there is, it's either it's be the most positive people that we know that are going through something. And it's so sad that he was the one that did what he had to we wish he hadn't done. Right. But I also want to add this too. I was watching this documentary on Netflix. It's number one all over the world, the Meghan and Harry story. Now, this going on, with the passing of Twitch and this situation that's going on with them, I'm starting to see the shift in the media when it boils down to somebody's passing, to somebody's going through some form of mental illness, some form of tragedy, in the midst of them being alive. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I see, where people are neglecting the fact that I see that this person has passed from suffering, but there are two people going through some form of suffering as we speak, and they are dragging it and sensationalize it. And it's one of those things that I sometimes think in the back of my mind, do you see what can happen when words kill, what words can do to somebody's life? But now you are still doing this to somebody else's life. Let me take it off of here. And Megan, look what's going on with the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation, the misogyny, the harassment. I wonder, are we all on the same page when it comes down to mental illness, when we say that we need to pull back and understand that people are people, regardless of what life that you live, celebrity or are the average? I think that as a society, we need to stop and start to do some critical thinking when it boils down to what we are watching and what we are reading and what we're taking in from the mainstream media or the influencers that we watch on YouTube and all this other stuff, because words are killing people right now. It's not only weapons, it's words. And people, and that's what when I watched that documentary with Megan, when she broke it down and said, I am a mother, I am a woman, I am a wife. And when you write things and you say things, you're not writing about an item or an antique. You're writing about flesh and blood. And I am flesh and blood, and I feel that. It just, you start to think about stuff like that too. And to see that this man did that, went into a hotel and killed himself like that, you start to say, okay, we need as a society to start to just say, we got to calm down the rhetoric. And the rhetoric is getting very divisive. I mean, I'm just saying. But I feel like that is the problem. We got to dial back this crazy rhetoric. But I think it's going to have to deal with the average person who has to read this, especially with with this Ye and all this other craziness that's going on. We just need to pull back and say, you know what, enough is enough. So it's a whole scope of stuff, though.
Well, and it is, I mean, it definitely. And thank you, Charles, for putting up about the National Suicide Hotline too, please. And matter of fact, if you know anybody, guys, know anybody, please refer them to that. By all means,
most definitely
keep people protected as much as we possibly can.
Please.
But to speak to your point, and I'm sure everybody else has a brief comment on that. It was a good point you brought that up as well. one of the main things I think that we should focus. Maybe we can send this energy out to everybody today. Is that let's start focusing on becoming our brother's keeper at the end of the day, as much as possible, because if we allow ourselves to continue to get wrapped up in all of the garbage, and we know that the media sensationalizes everything. I mean, from the thing. Well, I'll go there in a minute, but with that, be it Harry and Meghan and all the other things with all these different celebrities and all this combination of things that you mentioned about, in that, I mean, there's a responsibility I think that we all have to have, and the number one thing responsibility I'll sum it up with is governing our own tongue.
Ooh, yeah,
okay,
that's
governing our own tongue, being in a good practice about what we say about what we say about ourselves. Okay, because what you speak over yourself, you're eventually going to speak over to somebody else. Okay, and then from a biblical perspective, the biblical perspective, they say the tongue is the hardest thing to bridle, meaning that it's the hardest thing to keep under control because it just goes. But it is a reactive point about what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and we speak it out. And also, I don't want to get too scripted here, but it does say,
please don't go
sin a man is defiled him. Is what
I'm about to be unalive. What is that new term that they're using? Why are they saying
the unalive?
Unalive. What is that about?
That term unalive. I don't know who started. I think it was in a Spider-Man movie or something. Somebody said something about, somebody was unalive.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that on social media as opposed to say somebody died, they're saying they're unalive.
They're unalive.
Oh, really?
Stop it.
Yes. My uncle just say they just checked out. Somebody just checked out the hotel. I'm like, who checked out the hotel? Oh,
wow.
I can get that.
But anyway, so this is kind of like I said, some of what you were saying, at that particular point in time, as far as, and I think that again, we all have a responsibility, and guys that are listening, you got a responsibility. I mean, you think about what goes on in your life and what you say, and yes, the media does influence a whole lot of shit that goes on out here, that we shouldn't really be paying attention to, or governing different, and that. But let me make a quick fun shift real quick here, and I know you guys got the stuff we're going to get into our personal things in a minute. And I'm sure Sandy and I will probably love to have some. So hopefully the jackass that was president, is finally going to go to jail. I'm hoping. I've been seeing, I'm sure you guys have seen stuff all over social media.
Is that going to be the Christmas present? Is that going to
be? Yeah, exactly.
Your whole Christmas ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, exactly. I love the one with the bow on the back of his head and the handcuffs walking.
Is he actually doing this, or this is just something that you just? This is your
no, because I'm so Sandy can probably speak to this too, because I know we both are a student keeping up with this stuff. But they now the January 6th team is finally turning everything over to the Department of Justice to bring criminal charges against them. I'm sorry. Yeah, so hopefully going into 23 there will be some lockups going on.
Marjorie Taylor Greene need to be in there along with some other people. Meadows and some other people need to be in there locked up with them. But go on here. I'm just saying.
But anyway, go ahead, Sam. I know I was going to jump on that just for a quick moment.
Can I offer something here?
Yes, go ahead.
JB, it's and everybody. We've gotten into a society where we're all into our phones, and it used to be if you were home, there was nothing to watch on television. So maybe now everybody's on their phone. We've become antisocial. And honestly, I've personally tried to make a conscious effort when I'm out in public and I walk every day and I walk, and if I see someone, instead of just letting them walk by, I go, hi, good day, whatever. Just to socialize in some way, because I read all these stories all the time about someone who says, "Oh, I walk to school every day, and this boy or this girl said hello to me, and they didn't know that saved my life because
exactly that's the same thing." Yes, sir.
By ignoring each other and thinking that I'm not going. Now I'm here by myself. Everybody went to black. What happened?
No, we see you.
We still see you.
Okay, I'll just take over the show. Thanks for joining me, Sandy Hackett.
We see you.
And, anyway, I just think if everybody goes out on a limb and says hello to other people when you can, and you go, it's so easy to walk by somebody on the street and not say hello and say, hi, how are you? Good morning, good day, anything. Today I went on my walk and there was this woman and and I wear hearing aids, and I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm probably 60 feet away, and she's flagging me down. I have no idea what it is. So now I got to turn off the podcast, and I don't know what she's saying, and I have to get to her so I can hear her. And she says, I put my card in the thing, and I have these long nails, and I can't get the card out. Can you help me? And I went, okay, this isn't that big a deal. So I said, sure, of course. So, but I had to look, which is one of the meters where the credit card goes in. So she says she's got these nails that are like, 2 inches long, and she can't get them in to reach the card. So I reach in there, and she says, I said, here you go. She goes, no, can you put it back in and take it out real fast? I said, I haven't had a woman say that for a long time. And she started laughing, and she had a sense of humor about it. I put it in, and we got it out, and she got her thing, and she would run it off to wherever she went. But it was the opportunity. But then she said to me, thank you so much. There were some people here, and they were so rude to me. And I'm going, how could you be rude to anybody who's asking for help for something like that? Right. And at least she had a sense of humor. And as I'm walking away, I'm going, oh, is she going to go back to them and say, oh, you can't believe what he said to me. It was so rude. And I go, I was just having a little fun, lady. But she didn't, and nothing happened from it. But if we go out of our way to say hello to somebody, you don't know what contact you're going to make and how you're going to impact somebody with a smile, with a hello, with an acknowledgement of another human being on this planet. Because honestly, there are so many of us that are lonely and go, wow, we think, oh, they're not, but,
they really are.
My 2 cents.
Right. That's so true. Go ahead, Pernell.
No, I was just looking at our list of questions and stuff that we had on here. And I was like, we're going to get this positive spin going on. Right. And I want to ask everybody, where in the world, in your pie in the sky dream place, would you be for the holidays? Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. Where would you be? And Sandy, I'll start with you as our guest of honor. Where would, if your fantasy place to spend the holidays?
I don't, people that love me.
Okay.
I mean,
wherever you are.
I've been alone for Christmas. I've been on the road for Christmas. When you're around people that love you and that you love, it really doesn't matter the where. But I do want to tell you this story, because when I was 18 years old, my father said to me, you're 18 years old, and I'm going to quit telling you what to do. He says, you're on your own, you're an adult. I said, okay, and I went off to college. And I was there a few months in college, started in September, and about Thanksgiving, I went home, and he says, your mother wants the family to go to Israel for over Christmas. And would you like to join us? And I said, no, I want to go skiing. And he said, let me rephrase the question. You'll be joining us for Christmas in Israel. And I said, wait, what happened to I'm 18 and I get to make all my own decision? He goes, oh, that was bullshit. You're going to Israel with the rest of us. So we went to Israel, and where was I on Christmas Eve? We were in Bethlehem, and they set up a manger where Jesus was born. But you think, oh, this is going to be very religious and very spiritual. It's a tourist attraction. And my dad didn't want to wait in line, so he tipped his way to the front.
Oh my gosh.
And I go, okay, it's a story I can tell now, but I'm going, wow, that kind of, defeated the whole spirit of it, where you can go, here's 20, can we get in front of you, please? So, but we were there in Bethlehem in the manger on Christmas Eve where Jesus was born. And it was fascinating, interesting. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I did it. But, we've commercialized the place. And honestly, it goes back to saying hello to someone on the street. Right. You want to be with people you love. And if you're someone that has your whole unit, everybody's going to be there, can you reach out to someone you think might not have anybody to be with and include them?
That's true. Wow.
That's
beautiful.
Wow.
You do a great impersonation of your dad.
Right. I know, right?
That's really tiny. And my dad used to dress up as Santa. And because later you have one of the questions, when did you find out there was no Santa Claus? When my father was dressed up as Santa, and he came down and went, oi, oi, oi. And I went, that's not Santa Claus.
Wow. We're going to keep it going. Because we're going to bring back to your questions just a second after this quick break on the holiday show. We'll see you right back in just a second.
Call 844-55-STARZ. It's Junk Stars, baby.
Hey, my name is Thurston, and here I have my CEO, son Langston. We specialize in junk removal, dumpster rental, and demolition. So if you need junk removed,
call Junk Stars.
You need dumpster rentals,
call Junk Stars.
Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and sweet sweet noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
All right, and we are back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth, our annual Christmas holiday show. Yes, indeed. We hope that you're going on and got the gifts. Now, wait a minute. Let me take this PSA moment before you. PSA moment. Okay, we do accept all kind of cash. Okay. We do not discriminate against cash. There is a WhatsApp phone number on our website. Okay. Wait, hold on. You can call the number and say, "Hey, I got some money I want to send you." Okay, it's Christmas time. Send the money, baby. All right, PSA over. Go ahead, Parnell.
I got to put this in right quick. Y'all remember that moment on Coming to America and when they were at the community center? They were at the community movement, and she was they were doing the donation for the new park, and she said she broke out and said, "Now we love the money that jingles, but we rather want the money that folds."
Right.
I was like, what? I just had to put that in there, but either way, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought that
part of folk, we don't take checks, but go ahead, Parnell. Go ahead, Parnell.
It's money with a face on it. That's
right.
Okay. I know. So Sandy told us about when he found out there was no Santa Claus. Harold, how old were you when you realized who Santa really is?
When I saw my parents, they thought I was asleep, and I saw them wrapping the gifts up. I was like, "What is going on? That doesn't look like a white man with a beard." Because I still thought Santa was white with a beard. I think I was probably about 7. Probably about 7.
Did you feel let down, or are you like disappointed when you found out? I mean, did it shatter the idea for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, they're not white. They're not a white. I was looking for a white man with a beard. I'm
right.
Like, okay. What's going on?
Hilarious. I know when I was little, I could have sworn that my parents and my sister-in-law that we saw Santa Claus flying off with the sled and everything, the reindeer. And it was a dream that I had when I was little. But for the longest time, I was convinced. You could not have told me that didn't happen. And
you actually saw it.
And that's my mom said, "Don't you remember we saw Santa Claus?" She's like, "What?" We were really little. We saw Santa Claus. She's like, "Find out that never happened." I was like, "Oh, I just dreamt that." It's like, "Yeah."
You made it up. What about JB? This is your holiday. You love this holiday.
I'm telling you.
What did you find out?
Oh my gosh. First of all, like you said, I adore Christmas. I mean, I was telling somebody at work the other day that how I adore the Christmas because it was so celebratory around my house, and then me and my mom, we used to decorate the tree out together all the time. And in my neighborhood, the whole neighborhood used to be. We thought we were the great Christmas light fight, way back then, because the whole neighborhood did it. And but to answer your point, but to bring it up like the question that Parnell had, was I remember, can't remember, I think it was either 8 or 9 or whatever the case may be. There was two opportunities. I remember I had gotten up and I heard all this ruckus going, and I peeked out my room door and I saw my mama pushing stuff down the hallway. And I was like, but again, I had to play the naive part. Oh, she is helping Santa.
She was Santa's helper.
She was Santa's helper, you know. So I got all excited and I went, I ran back to bed. I said, okay, now I get hot happens. She had to open the door to let him in because we have assembly. So she needed to help me bring stuff on slates. So she was doing her job. So that, at that point. So that was one. I was like, okay. And then the other was like the year I actually got a motorcycle one year, you know, I'm in a Honda 100, whatever. And they brought that thing in the house. Okay. You know, but what happened was I kept hearing all this ruckus with the paper, you know, and I was like, what is going on? Why don't you hear all this ruckus with the paper, you know? So, you know, I just played it off, you know, and I stayed in my room, you know, at that point. So then after I heard their door close, I was like, you know, so I went out, you know, and I hear this big motorcycle. And I said, well, Santa, you hooked this shit. I mean, this stuff up.
He ain't cuss at that age.
But go ahead, Santa. Let me stop. I can go on, but go ahead.
Wow. I mean, it took me a while. I think I kind of got the wake-up call at the age of 14.
Okay.
Oh,
14?
He was holding on to.
I got up, I think that morning, and realized, oh, so it is true because I didn't get what I wanted. But yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, that's how spoiled we were. My mom really did it big for Christmas up until that point.
Wait, are you serious? You say 14? You say 14?
Yeah, 14.
Really?
That's how spoiled we were. I got whatever I wanted up until 14. She said, wait a minute now. Okay, y'all up there now. I don't think I have to do too much work.
Oh my God.
Then after 15, the presents started to dwindle a little bit. And I said, okay, this makes a whole lot of sense now. So I had to, you know, put on my adult pants and say, okay, then Christmas is going to be really Christmas now. It ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be like that nice, you know what I'm trying to get at. It's not gonna be like that. It's just gonna be this: shirts, socks, and underwear.
Okay.
Hopefully you might get a CD in the midst,
right? Okay.
Or a book if you ask for it. But on that though, clothes became like, okay, I can deal with this now. Wow, but it 14. Just took up until 14. I was really That
is too funny.
You know what I used to wonder as a kid? I used to wonder, because we lived in an apartment, we didn't have a fireplace, and I was wondering, how is Santa gonna get? You know, we don't have a fireplace. How is he gonna deliver those gifts?
Right. Well, like I figured it out. I said, you know what? Mama had to open the door. Okay. And she helped him. So I understood. You know, figured it out. You know, they were a team. He called, saying, hey, look, Miss Wands, I'm outside.
What's the next question, partner?
No, that's hilarious. But I laugh because my sister, I can't remember how old we were when we realized mom and dad were Santa.
Right.
But I do remember that we would go hunting for our presents to see where they were hidden.
Okay.
And we would find stuff. And if we saw stuff that was like, oh, they got us 2 of these. Like we had this like string art thing. And we liked each other's gift. He said, okay, if you get this one, we'll just pretend like, oh, but I like that one better. You want to trade? And then act all surprised, like, oh, that's so nice. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so the next question. If you could have any wish for Christmas, what would it be? And world peace is already given. So,
yes.
So, Diane, I want you to start on that one. What would be your Christmas wish?
Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find something. Okay. My Christmas wish is for, oh God, and you took peace right out of it. I was gonna go there too, and honest. But oh my goodness. Okay, prosperity for everybody.
Okay.
I believe I want everybody to prosper when whatever that they have going on. It doesn't have to be money, but in health and whatever that prosperity, basically.
Okay. Good.
It's noble.
Go, JB, you go. I will just do, and then we'll go to Sandy and then Harold.
Okay.
I'll bring it home.
Bring it home. Okay. I want to echo the level of prosperity, but I think that if there was that one wish, I think Sandy hit it off, I think pretty well. And, I think we all have kind of, poured into that. And I think that same aspect of love that we are really wanting to see, out of humanity. If I could, my one wish is that everybody will wake up to the love that they already have in them and to be able to share that love, because with that, I think all the things that they're lacking, be it the prosperity, be it all of that, will start coming to them. But I think it all starts with love.
Yeah. Awesome. Sandy?
I'm going to go that the Christmas spirit permeated year long. All year long.
Yes, yes.
We come to this, what we call the holiday season, which is humorous in that it starts around Thanksgiving, and now it's kind of almost somehow gotten to Halloween, which has become overly commercialized. But by Thanksgiving, we're going, happy holidays. You go, what do we have? We have 1 day's Thanksgiving, but it's a 4-day weekend, and now the schools are taking off for the whole week. Then you got Christmas, which is a day, but Hanukkah's 8 days, and in order to keep up with the Christianity of it, we're going to give a gift every day or start a fire every day. I'm not sure. And, and honestly, I know there's Kwanzaa. I don't know the first thing about it. I haven't bothered to look it up. I don't know, but the spirit of people saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is, can we carry that out through the year? Can we take that spirit of kindness that we wait for the last 6 weeks of the year and implement it throughout? Because I think it would make the world a better place. All this political stuff and the lies and the stuff out there and the hate for people. And you go, what does everybody want to control everybody for and judge everybody for? And, why do we have to make laws to protect what should be? You want to marry someone of the same sex or have them, that's your life partner? God bless you.
For marriages.
Go be happy, or whatever it is. Why is there racism? Why is there hate? What do we need to hate anybody for? Do you not have anything better to do in your life?
That's true. That's true.
That would be for me. And I would also put presents around Harold's hat.
Let me say this, Ray. I know Harold's next, but I just wanted to kind of equate where you brought up, Sandy, about the equating about the celebration of Kwanzaa. The way Kwanzaa is done has 8 principles, as well as the same way that the principles come from the Jewish menorah. So the ideas have nobody's actually sat down to dissect it, but I really believe that there's some crossover understanding and the reasons why the principles are the same the same way of the love life and all of the prosperity and things that come from each one of those. So it's very similar. I just want to throw that out there. But go ahead, Harold.
Well, I'm not as noble as you guys. I would like $10 million in my bank account. That's my wish.
Okay.
The capitalist approach.
The capitalist
I'm kind of tied up in with all of them because I'm just like, that the next $1 billion Powerball that comes along, I would love to win that. Not only for myself, but because I've always talked about being this great benefactor and philanthropist, because there are a lot of smaller organizations and people who are doing wonderful work, but they don't have the funds and the means to really broaden their scope and be more effective without having to jump through all the hoops that you got to go through with government grants and stuff. You have to have this, do that. Like, okay, listen, I want to put checks and balances in there, but what I really want is for you all to do the work. A lot of people who would are trying to start a small business, but they can't get a loan or whatever to get it going. It's like, all right, since I'm mega rich, I don't need the money back. So here, pay it forward. But here's enough money to get your business started. Lots of our friends who are writers and stuff and directors need financing for their projects. Like, you know what? I really like that script. I will be the executive producer and make sure that this happens. Those kind of things, just being able to put that money out there, make sure my family and stuff that we're good, and then start branching out to my friends who are in need, because I have a lot of friends who are doing great things, who are struggling, and just kind of lift everybody up. That's what we say. That's what we don't need are more police to bring crime down. We need more opportunity and resources. When people have what they need to live happy and healthy lives, crime goes down. That's just been shown worldwide.
Right.
Well, can they just be like Denmark? Don't they have like the happiest place in the world? I mean, they ain't no homeless. All the elderly is taken care of. Yeah. Everything is socialized, which we hate here because somebody has to be on top of somebody. With I'm just trying to be. I'm just being sarcastic. Right. I'm just saying. I just wish that
somebody got to be on top of somebody.
I'm like Sandy, we just need to do the right thing for humanity. And oh my goodness, don't even do that. Hell no.
Merry Christmas.
I should have worded that correctly. My bad.
Wait a second. You need to remember this is coming from a guy who believed in Santa until he was 14.
It was the presents.
Next question. All right. I know we're about to go to break, but I'm gonna try to get this in. What's the one with? What is the best gift that you have ever gotten for Christmas or for the holidays?
Oh my gosh. The Titanic book.
The Titanic book?
It was a big old like big gigantic book. It had all the artifacts. It didn't have it really, but it showed all the information and all that. And that was, I had that and I still have it. It's back at home. But oh my goodness, that was I still hold that dear. My mom did a good job with that.
Wow.
She did a good job.
All right. So before we go on, we got to go to break. Okay. But we'll pick it up from there from the Titanic book. Yeah. All right. We'll be right back on this with more.
Iceberg, get ahead.
Exactly. We'll be right back, guys.
Or we're hanging out for a little while.
Okay, we're hanging out for a minute. Okay. So one more thing about the Titanic. I mean, I have already been fascinated about that. When are we going to this break? It's time. Okay.
I know, right?
Well, we're gonna keep talking, all right? If we go off, we'll keep going. Go ahead, Sandy.
Me?
Yes. What was the best gift you got?
Well, look, I don't know how the Titanic got into this, but according to Kanye West, it was the Jews that sank the Titanic.
Oh, no.
Yes. And I said, no, it was an iceberg. He said, iceberg, Steinberg. They're both Jews.
Oh my God. You
know what's so funny about that, and I hate to be historical at this moment. Actually there was a movie in Nazi Germany about the sinking of the Titanic, and that was their concept of why the Titanic. I hate to say it, but that he must really be into that. He must be really into that, the propaganda of Nazism, because they did make a movie based on that in Nazi Germany.
Really?
Yeah. That version of the sinking of the Titanic. But yeah, I hate to be that type of historical. But yeah,
really?
On another one.
Yeah, well,
that's crazy.
He's crazy.
I don't know where you saw that movie, but I just want to say Santa gave you some real shitty presents.
Yes, he is.
You got a movie about the Nazis saying that the Jews sank the Titanic, as if we didn't have enough other stuff to be blamed for.
Yeah.
Harold, what's your best gift that you've gotten?
Right.
I'm trying to remember. I don't have a lot of memory of my childhood Christmases. I do remember one time my dad gave me a $50 bill. I don't know how, I must have been like, and that was like big. I thought I was rich. Yeah. I guess I've always liked money. And so that was,
I see. I'm being here. JB.
Oh, wow. What would be the best? Gosh. I'm going to go back to probably the motorcycle.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I got the motorcycle because
how old were you?
12.
Oh wow.
11 or 12, somewhere in that. Well, I was too young to supposedly have a motorcycle because I'd always.
It was a motorcycle. It wasn't a moped. It was a motorcycle.
But it was a motorcycle. It was a Yamaha 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, because I had like ass because I started out with you can probably remember back that when they used to have one of those mini bikes. You know, the little small ones. I had always wanted a mini bike. Okay, and Mama kept saying, "No, I can't buy you a mini bike. I'm not buying no mini bike." Okay, kept asking for 100 years, and then finally, you know, maybe I don't know how long after that was, but that particular Christmas, she I guess she gave in, you know, and went on to go. But that would probably be the year of the most exciting moment, you know, as a child. You know, that was a couple as an adult. What about you, partner?
I was trying to think about what has been the best Christmas present. And I don't know if it was necessarily a Christmas present per se, but I was in Aruba. We were performing with Mary Wilson. We were there for a couple of weeks. And so it was just like, oh, this is awesome. We're in Aruba on Christmas. You know, it was beautiful weather. And, you know, 75 degrees, this breeze was going, and I was getting paid. So, so that was the best Christmas present. And, you know, for New Year's Eve, they did these fireworks on the docks. And it's the first time I'd ever seen fireworks like right above us. Because where we were standing, we'd always just look straight up and the fireworks were right overhead. Like, this is so awesome.
Now, just to add to this, partner, did y'all do the Supremes, the children's song in that set?
Mm-mm.
I didn't do the children's song. I love that song, Dean.
You know, I'd never even heard of that song until recently.
Okay. What?
Yeah. I'm just
we did that all in school. We used to sing that song all the time in every school Christmas event.
What's the song?
The children's song by the Supremes.
Sing it. Sing it, D. Let's hear it.
Let me interrupt you guys real quick. We can go to the break. And I guess there was some technical difficulties, so we go to break now. So we'll be right back on this break to continue.
Okay.
All right, and we are back. We're gonna have to take another quick commercial break, right? You got like 2 minutes, real quick. And who
I'm not singing.
Oh, you know?
I'm not going to there. You ain't gonna put me
we got to take another quick commercial break. But anyway, we missed one of our ads there. But anyway, partner, go ahead. You with your quick one, then we'll take another quick commercial break.
Oh, I was hoping to find that Supreme's children's song. Because I know everybody thinks I know all this stuff, and I'm like, no.
Christmas song.
What's the name of it?
The children's Christmas song. Children's Christmas song.
It's called Children's Christmas Song. That's the name of it.
Christmas song. They did it on the Hullabaloo back in '63, and it's one of those songs we used to sing back in those school presentations. And I did not know it was the Supremes. I thought it was just a regular, kindergarten song. But then I was flipping through YouTube. I was like, oh, I remember this. But I did not know it was them that did it first. Wow. So yeah, that threw me.
Okay. So before we go to the next, because we got to get this other break in real quick. So we'll see you right back after this break.
Christ is what sets you free. Amen. Take care, and everybody have a blessed holiday. And guys, I'm still waiting on my invite to come to LA. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Charles McIntosh, a.k.a. Chico, a.k.a. Atlanta's best kept secret. Just want to wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I want everyone to stay safe and make sure to spend time with the folks you love. I especially want to give a special holiday thank you and love out to my friends and colleagues at Truth Behind the Truth. You guys are doing something special. Looking at next year's being even better. It's going to get your bust out. Everyone be safe. Make sure you tell someone you love them. Happy holidays.
Girls in white dresses with blue satin.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Truth Behind Truth. You know, our time has just gotten absorbed. We have been having so much fun tonight, and we have thoroughly enjoyed it. Guys, I want to thank you and want to remind you next week, definitely next week, okay, to be, not next week, I mean, week after the 31st, to be here for our New Year's Eve celebration. It's going to be great. We're going to be at 4 different locations celebrating all that great stuff. Sandy, you're welcome to be a part of that as well. We want to have you back celebrating with us, maybe have a 5th location, you know, so having a little champagne, all that good stuff. So plan on being here. I got to wrap this up. Nobody has time not to talk with me. So, guys, out of everything that we have said tonight, you know, make this a part of your life. Make it joy. Find the joy in it. Find the peace in it. Number one thing, find the love in it. Love on somebody. When you see them, like Sandy said, in the street, love on them. That's what we're going to say. We're going to leave it tonight with the truth behind the truth, saying to you, happy holidays and love on somebody.
Yeah.
See y'all next time. Good night.